Hey guys, it's Marshall from Going Gear, and today we're going to take a look at a couple of lights from Klarus, the Mi X5 and the Mi X6. Difference between these two: Mi X5 is actually a quad A light, so even smaller than a AAA. X6 is AAA. You can see the battery difference here. This is the quad A, this is a AAA, and we'll show you the difference in the flashlights here. Let's go ahead and pull them out, show you the flashlights, show you what you get on the inside. There's the X6. Standard kind of stuff on the inside. Key ring, spare O-ring, instruction manual. And then same kind of stuff on the X5. Here are the lights with their respective batteries. You've got the X6 with the AAA, X5 with the quad A. Just to give you a size reference, there's a AA battery. You can see that these are some pretty compact little lights. Definitely not big tactical lights, no strike bezels or anything like that. But if you want something that's nice and compact, really good for your key ring, your pocket, your pack, or for you females out there, your purse, these are perfect for that. So I'm going to use the X6 and show you the interface. Pull off the head right here. Oops. See if I can keep all these parts together. Show you the inside of it real quick. And then stick a AAA down in there. Really nice thing about these lights is that all the levels are current regulated, so you don't have the flickering that you see in a lot of the other modern LED lights. You're just going to have that constant output without any flickering. So when they first come on, they're going to come on into the medium. That's always going to be the default output. So if you turn it off, leave it off for a little while, turn it back on, you're always going to get medium. There's no memory on these. Now you do have different modes on here, and to switch between the different modes, what you do is you just turn it off and on once it's on. So we have medium, low, high, and then strobe. If you just keep on doing it, it's just going to cycle between those. And you have the same modes on the X5 as you do on the X6. But let's go ahead and throw a battery in it just so you can get a difference, or an idea of the difference in the beams, because definitely a more compact light with the X5, so they are going to have a little bit different beams. Got the exposure turned way down so I can show you this. So there is your X6, there's your X5. Pretty similar beams, a little bit more concentrated on the X5. It's actually using a different LED. So you have the XPG on the X6, XPE on the X5. So they have a little bit different beam profiles if they had the same reflector. But when you have them in different reflectors, different size lights, they come out pretty similar, not exactly the same. The X5 is a little bit more concentrated just because of the type of LED. And it's going to show up pretty blue on the screen. In real life, they're not quite that blue. It's just the color adjustment I have on the camera right now. So let's go ahead and take these outside. We'll see how these little guys do outside. Alright, we've got those couple of little Klarus lights out here. We're going to be comparing them to the big 40 mag light that I always use. This might be the one time that the mag light actually looks pretty good because these lights are so small. Definitely not made to be throwers. But let's see how it does. So there's a little bush about 15 feet away. Tree out there at 100 feet. Zoom in on that. You can see pretty bad beam quality. Lights up what you're pointing it at, and that's pretty much it. Standard for the mag light. Alright, let's try out the other lights. We're going to try out the X5 first, the little guy, the quad A. There's your medium. You can see it actually does okay. We'll tilt the camera down just so you can see the ground. Lighting up the ground in front of you actually does pretty well. Let's go to the next low. And you can't see it, but I'll tilt it way down. The ground right in front of you, you'd actually be able to see that okay with the low. And then the high actually does a pretty decent distance. Not that great out at the further distances, so out to 100 feet. I don't know if I could really pull that off, but 15 feet, even up to I'd say probably 50 feet, actually does pretty well. But it's a tiny little light, definitely not made for throw. But up to decent distances, it will actually light up everything in front of you. Alright, let's try out the X6 with the AAA. There it is on medium. Show you the ground. There's your low. And tilt it back, show you the high. So there's the high. And again, not a thrower, it's not meant to be. These are pretty tiny little lights. But even out to 100 feet, it actually does okay. My camera got tilted down a little bit. Let's tilt it back up. Let's see. Out at 100 feet, it does okay. I can see details out there pretty well myself. but the camera I don't think is picking them up. But it does light up pretty much everything in front of me. It lights up my whole backyard pretty well, which is nice for such a tiny little light. And of course the ground in front of me is lit up really, really well. So alright, that is the Klarus X5 and X6. If you like them, you can get them from us at goinggear.com. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe. We do stuff like this all the time. And if you have any questions or comments, you can reach us in the comments or at goinggear.com.